Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at 20 real-life accidents that mirrored the fatalities from the Final Destination franchise. As a warning, there will be spoilers.
Each one of these people went on to die in some weird and messed up way, and not only that, in the same order as Iris's premonition.
Tall skyscraper. Keeping with its freaky tradition, Final Destination Bloodlines kicks off with a stunning disaster in a sky-high restaurant.
Just go right.
No, I've just never been this high up before.
It's 1969, and during the grand opening of the futuristic Skyview, Iris has a premonition of a tower collapsing. She warns everyone, narrowly averting the tragedy. While nothing as dramatic occurred in real life, something equally tragic did happen. In 2017, a young Chris Holt was with his parents visiting the Sundial, a rotating restaurant on the 72nd floor of Atlanta's Peachtree Plaza Hotel. He wandered away and got trapped between the wall and the rotating restaurant's floor. Rescue attempts failed, and he later died. The building may not have collapsed, but after that, who wouldn't get nervous about dining way up high? Stone Altar. In the Final Destination franchise, even if you manage to escape a massive disaster, death always comes back, striking in the weirdest, most elaborate ways imaginable.
We're here. Right? Something gave us a second chance, so let's be thankful and just try to make the most of it. Okay?
Tragically, a real-life incident echoes that same chilling theme. In 2009, Gunter Link, a devout Catholic, survived being trapped in an elevator. Grateful to be alive, he went to give thanks to God. But fate had other plans. While praying at the Vinehouse Church in Vienna, he clung to the stone pillar and the stone altar collapsed and crushed him. He was found dead the next day by parishioners. What are the odds of something so eerie happening? It's honestly the kind of tragic twist you would expect in a horror movie. The roller coaster. The roller coaster accident in Final Destination 3 hits a little close to home when you hear about a real-life incident from 2019.
What's wrong?
I was having that feeling like deja vu, except for something that hasn't happened.
In the film, Wendy boards the Devil's Flight roller coaster and suddenly has a vision that it will crash. Panicking, she convinces some friends to get off, and moments later, the crash actually happens. Now here's where it gets eerie. In 2019, at a theme park in Mexico City, a roller coaster called Chimera actually did derail. One of its cars veered off, fell several feet away, and 2 people died from the accident. As freaky as Wendy's vision is, it proves that the unthinkable can happen. But then again, this is not the only case of roller coaster accidents. No escape. In the very first installment, Alex has a gut-wrenching vision of Flight 180 exploding just before takeoff.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Alex, take it easy.
In a panic, he manages to save himself and some other passengers. But death is not quite done with them. In fact, the entire franchise runs on this scary pattern. Escape now, pay later. Now here's the kicker. Something just as chilling happened in real life. In 2012, sportscaster Jessica Redfield escaped a mass shooting at Toronto's Eaton Centre. She even tweeted about having a sickening feeling before it happened. Tragically, weeks later, she died in a second shooting, this time in a movie theater.
Actually, our lives have been upside down for almost 3 years, so it was a pretty easy decision to decide that we really wanted to be here during the trial.
Makes you wonder if Final Destination draws from real life, or is life just that twisted? Either way, it is terrifying and sad.
It's free, fun, and effective decision to decide that we really wanted to be here during the trial.
Makes you wonder if Final Destination draws from real life, or is life just that twisted? Either way, it is terrifying and sad. Large steel chain. Every fan of the franchise knows the drill. Freak accidents, chain reactions, and death lurking in the unlikeliest places. Remember the gymnast's death in Final Destination 5?
I think you got this.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you love it out there.
Okay. You're right.
She's mid-routine when chaos unfolds. A loose screw, shock in the eyes, a stumble, then bam, she loses her grip and falls to her death. Sounds wild, right? Well, Real life gave us something just as bizarre in 2023. The punk band Cliff Diver was en route to the punk rock bowling festival in Vegas when all hell broke loose. Out of nowhere, a massive steel chain link from a passing semi-truck flew past the driver's seat and slammed the driver, Tyler Rogers, in the neck. Miraculously, the van didn't crash and Rogers survived.
We're gonna figure that out, but we're not concerned about anything besides him getting out of the hospital.
Decapitation. Some accidents in Final Destination might seem over the top and absurd at first glance, but then real life comes along to remind us that the truth can be just as bizarre.
What are you doing?
In 2004, a drunk driver in Georgia, John Kemper Hutcherson, crashed into a support wire for a telephone pole. The wire acted like a razor, and in the chaos, decapitated Francis Daniel Brom, who was leaning out the window. The drunk Hutcherson drove 12 miles home with the headless corpse and even slept in his bloody clothes. It wasn't until a neighbor spotted the corpse that authorities got involved. Still, a decapitation by a stray wire? What are the odds of that happening? It proves that the weirdest, most gruesome accidents don't just belong on screen. Wood chipper. Bizarre doesn't even begin to describe this 2005 incident that happened in Denver. Chad Swank and his longtime partner Brian Morse were working a routine tree trimming job when tragedy struck. While cutting a branch, Swank noticed that Morse was lying across the opening of the chipper. At first, he thought the machine was turned off and Morse